Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to review 1792 Small Batch.
For the second time tonight.
Well, you know, mistakes happen.
Technical difficulties.
You're not supposed to know about the backside of recording videos, but it happens.
We like to share.
Yeah, we do.
That's why we got a little bit of bourbon already in the glass.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
So, but hey, before we start talking about the bourbon that we're reviewing tonight, while you're here, go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and hit subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at Bourbon Kingdom. Follow us on YouTube, obviously. And yeah, because normally we say this at the end of the video, and I'm pretty sure most of y'all don't watch that point. So we're like, we'll catch up on the front side.
Oh, on the front side. Good.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, go ahead and tell them about what we're reviewing today.
We are reviewing the Small Batch. It is a Barton product, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. We're having fun here.
Yeah.
Now it's no age stated. It's a 93 proofer. We think it's a high rye finish.
Yeah.
But there's no like mash bill really given for it. We just, that's the bourbon gods giving us their
Sure.
opinions on it and stuff like that. It is one that can be found almost anywhere for about $30 or less. A lot of times you can find it at Kroger or almost anywhere for a little bit less than that. Kroger usually has a really good deal, and it's $22-23. So it's just a a good everyday bourbon to have on your shelf.
Oh yeah,
So.
And honestly, like, this isn't mine, and I think it's fair to say this isn't your kind of like jam.
No.
In the sense of like, we don't, like, I've had this bottle for over a year now, and this is how much has been drank out of this. It's not that it's bad. It's just not where if I'm going for a cheap bourbon, it's not where I typically go and drink for.
Yep.
But it's still a really good bottle. It's still a really, it's priced right. It's proofed right for newer bourbon drinkers, or if you're just looking for a nice daily drinker, something low proof. It's a really, really good bottle at a really, really good price. So we thought.
And it's generally a cool looking bottle too. This one is not very cool because the bigger bottles are, the 1.5s are just kind of weird looking.
Yeah, it's definitely not a pleasing bottle whatsoever.
I mean, what they do with this,
Don't drop that bottle.
in comparison to this,
Don't make that bottle anymore.
is just, yes, I know. I realize that. But this is a much better looking bottle than this. So anyway, the packaging is usually better, but I guess if you want to drink this much bourbon,
sure,
more power to you.
Someday you'll make a great looking infinity bottle. That's literally was my thought about that.
Or somebody will make it into a candle.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh man,
or a lamp or whatever it is.
Yeah,
all right, let's get into this.
Let's get into this review. All right, so right off the bat, you just get that. I mean, it's such a straightforward bourbon with just like the vanilla and the caramel and the oak on it.
Yeah, it's almost like you don't want to say those things, like you want to find something else in there.
Yeah,
but there's really not any. It's just a simple bourbon.
Yeah, which isn't bad.
No, it's not
just
bad.
Because it's not complex doesn't make it bad whatsoever.
They know what they're good at in this bottle.
I feel like you get a little bit of fruit on the nose, not a lot. But
I don't know if it's that vanilla and caramel mixing together to make it smell like to make it seem fruity. But you really kind of get the same thing in the taste of it with the palate.
Yeah, really, the nose and the palate, to me, I mean, it really goes hand in hand. It's just a lot more vanilla and caramel. Get some of that oak. Now on the finish isn't bad. It's not a super long finish by no means, but it doesn't just go flat and just run away from you. You do get a little bit of fruit, I think, on the back side of it. Nothing crazy, not a whole lot or anything like that. You just get a little bit, but
you get a little that spice on the backside of it,
Yeah.
too, just a little bit.
Yeah, there's
like
a little
enough
spice on there.
enough to make you go. Especially if you're just now getting into bourbon, or you're just you're traditionally like an 80 to 95 proof drinker.
Mhm.
Like this one's gonna, I feel like has a little more spice on the finish,
Yeah.
and so it makes you feel like you're drinking a higher proofed bourbon.
Yeah, no, I would agree, and I think especially if you're getting into bourbon and everything else, like this is a must try anyways.
Yes.
And I think especially for newer people to try, I think that proof and that spice is a really kind of good area to start.
Yeah,
at, especially
yeah,
once
for
you start
sure.
drinking stuff neat
For
or on
sure.
the rocks or anything like that.
Yes.
So, but anyways, yeah. So what do you think? Is this a buy, pass, sell, try?
I think it's always gonna be, unless they do something crazy with the the formula.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a buy. Like
Yeah.
for $30, you're gonna have people come over to your house, and their eyes gonna go to the bottle. This one, just because it's weird looking, but the traditional bottle, it's gonna go to the bottle, and they're gonna be like, "Ooh, 1792. I've heard about that."
Yeah.
And they're going to want to try that. And this is, again, going to be a good bourbon for them to either, they can mix it. You're not going to feel bad about them mixing it.
Mhm.
You can have it on the rocks. You can have it neat, whatever way you want it. You can put it in a cocktail. All these things that could happen with it. And you're not going to be offended by that if somebody came into your house and did that.
No, I would agree. This is definitely a buy just because the price point's not going to hurt you, and you can go out and buy a lot of other bottles that are 2 or 3 times as expensive that you like. I really regret buying that one. I don't think, like, I mean, literally, as I'm sitting here telling you, I'm not a big fan of this bottle, and I own a half gallon of it.
Yes.
I'm still not disappointed that I own it.
No.
Because this is such a good entry level
It is.
for people whenever I have people over to try and stuff like that. And I think it's it's that perfect range to where, yes, you can drink it neat or on the rocks, or you can mix it, and it's that really sweet spot that you can get with a few bourbons that are that cheap. And yeah, it's
good.
It's overall a good bourbon. We're in the minority. We're the ones who don't like it, and majority of people like it. Like, we understand. I guess we're wrong.
Yeah,
in that sense.
We probably are, and we don't always agree on the bourbons. We
Sure.
we have a very similar palate, but
yeah,
there's still times we disagree, but
sure.
we both agree on this one. So,
fair.
But that's all right.
Fair.
It's a good bourbon to have, good bourbon to put in your collection. So if you get the opportunity, you should buy it.
Yeah,
for
no doubt.
sure. So, till next time.
All right.
See you.
We record this one, I think. Sorry.